Uh, Friends, uh, we all know that Prime Minister Modi invited British Prime Minister Boris Johnson to attend this year's Republic Day parade in New Delhi. However, uh, Prime Minister Johnson regretted on account of the ongoing coronavirus problems in the UK. As that was not enough to get my goat, now Prime Minister Johnson invited Prime Minister Modi to attend the upcoming G7 summit to be held, I think, in June, on 11th, 13th June of this year at Cornwall, England. And in addition to Prime Minister Modi, he also invited Prime Ministers of Japan, Prime Ministers of President of South Korea, and Prime Minister of Australia. Japan, in any case, is a member of the G7 group. And this is to our utmost chagrin, I would say, because on the one hand, the House of Commons recently, a few MPs raised their voices against what India has been doing in occupied Jammu and Kashmir, particularly after 5th of August 2019. And on the other hand, Prime Minister Johnson seems to be mollycoddling Prime Minister Modi. Whereas we always thought that it was primarily Britain's responsibility to step forward and help Pakistan and India to settle this long-standing dispute, because it is the legacy of the British imperialism, the way they divided the country. So it was, and it is, their responsibility to see as to how the two countries should be resolving this problem. But unfortunately, Prime Minister Boris Johnson, riding roughshod over the political aspirations of the people of Jammu and Kashmir, is showing as if nothing is happening in occupied Kashmir, as everything is hunky-dory there. So this is quite, disappointing, because Britain is a genuine democracy. We all know that, but it seems that Prime Minister Johnson's democracy does not see the state terrorism which has been unleashed by the present dispensation in New Delhi. So this is very disturbing, honestly speaking. So I would expect first the international community to take notice of this as to why Prime Minister Johnson invited Prime Minister Modi to attend the G7 meeting. And it is not only Pakistan which has been vociferously pointing this out, but recently we have seen how EU Disinfo Lab released several documents showing beyond a shadow of doubt that how India has created fake NGOs, fake media outlets to discredit Pakistan and disseminate misinformation. So India needs to be told very clearly that so long as its state terrorism continues, it does not have a place at such august tables like the G7. On the other hand, I would like to request Pakistani and Kashmiri diaspora, especially living in the UK and other G7 countries, particularly the US, Germany, France, in these countries, that they should, start a campaign against the participation of Prime Minister Modi in the upcoming G7 meeting. I also hope that Pakistan would also be making a démarche at important key capitals, that it doesn't behoove countries like Britain and US now under that would be under Biden administration to sit at the table where Prime Minister Modi is sitting. His credentials are not such that he is allowed to participate at such conclaves. Look at what is happening to farmers in India, what is happening to Indian Muslims for that matter. Forget about Kashmir for a while. Look what is happening to Dalits in India. So this Hindutva mindset, which is currently is at the helm in India, is very, very dangerous. And recently, the leaks relating to one of the leading Indian anchors, Arnab Goswami, clearly show that India is on a dangerous path, and India's policies can bring about disaster to this region. If such the false flag operations, such as what happened at Pulwama on the 14th of February 2019, just a couple of months before the Lok Sabha general elections in India, that clearly demonstrates as to what Prime Minister Modi is capable of doing. He can imperil and endanger the regional peace in order to retain, to continue in power and make India a Hindu Rashtra, while I personally do not have any objection if they continue doing that. And but at the same time, as a Pakistani, I am concerned as to what policies India under Modi is pursuing, especially in the region and vis-a-vis Pakistan. So my request to Pakistani and Kashmiri diaspora is that they should get active. They should not be complacent that by holding webinars and seminars here and there, they have done their duty. They need to have a well-calibrated, well-thought-out strategy, and the first step is to start a campaign against the participation of Prime Minister Modi in G7 meeting in England. That I think is very important, and I hope that Pakistani and Kashmiri diaspora would respond to my request. And I also request my authorities in Islamabad, particularly the Foreign Office, that this is not the time to sulk. This is time to act. And I hope that they will put their act together, and whatever is required to be done, that will be done in order to prevent Modi from attending G7 meeting. Thank you very much.